ESPN Plus, your home for tomorrow's Milan Derby, 2:45 Eastern Time. We will have live studio coverage surrounding the match. Inter in second heading into this one, AC Milan in 10th. For a little more, we call on Gab Marcotti.
It's the Derby della Madonnina, the Milan Derby named for the golden statue of the Virgin Mary, which sits atop the Duomo in Milan. The city stops and the rivals go at it. Obviously, this comes at the end of the weekend. Inter will already know what they have to do to keep pace and close the gap or maintain the gap, as it were, with Juventus. Antonio Conte's got some stuff to figure out. There's no Bastoni at the back. Godin could start. He could actually be benched as well. Either way, in favor of Danilo D'Ambrosio. Either way, obviously, Inter weaker at the back. He's got another issue as well. It's not guaranteed by any means that Christian Eriksen's going to start. There's no Lautaro Martinez up front. He may opt to play Eriksen off of Lukaku, or he may opt to not play him at all and bolster the midfield with another sort of more two-way midfielder like perhaps Matthias Vecino. On the other front, for Milan, they've had a bit of an up and down time, but the good news, the big man, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, should be back from his flu. He trained, he didn't participate in full training, but he certainly trained on Friday, and they hope to get him out there. I guess because he doesn't run around that much, that's not as big a deal. Also, Benacer coming back in the middle of the park, which is absolutely huge for Stefano Pioli. Look, the reality is it's a derby, so people say predictions and logic goes out the window. I think Milan can get a point off of this Inter team. I think Lautaro is a really, really big miss for Antonio Conte.
Given the defeat by Juventus today, what an opportunity here, Ale, for Inter.
A great opportunity, and one that they should take advantage of. And while people want to focus on the fact that it's a derby, so you throw everything out the door, whatever, you cannot ignore the fact that Milan struggles creating opportunities, that the presence of Zlatan Ibrahimovic has actually allowed this team to have a focal point in the attack, but it also paints you a picture of how difficult it has been for them. In order to create opportunities, you need a 38-year-old man to come in here and make a difference for you. So if you're Inter, never mind the fact that it's a derby, how about you focus on the fact that you have better players out on the field? You have been more consistent than Milan, and you should be creating opportunities, and you should be scoring goals. Lautaro Martinez not being available, yes, it's a big miss, but that's why you have all these other players that you have brought in. So Alexis Sanchez and Christian Eriksen and players of quality and talent should be good enough to beat Milan, and more importantly, should be good enough to catch Juventus and make sure that you close that gap.
Inter Milan have had their struggles in some big games so far this season. You see any struggles tomorrow?
No, because I'm not quite sure where AC Milan are going to help them. That's the biggest thing that sticks in my mind. The fact that Inter are the home side, they will have the home support behind them. And of course, with Juventus getting beat today, there's everything for them. And if they're relying, as Ali said and Gab said, a 38-year-old guy who's not relying on running around, after that, where's it coming from for AC Milan? So you got to go with Inter.
AC Milan then 19 points back of Inter Milan ahead of the Milan Derby. A reminder, plenty more action on the Serie A Sunday schedule, highlighted by third place Lazio. They visit Parma, Napoli, hosting Lecce. They look to turn things around. And then the Milan Derby, 2:45 Eastern Time on ESPN Plus, live studio coverage surrounding the match.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.